Yo, what's going on, guys? Today I'm just making a reaction video, the first haloTRAXUS reaction video I've ever done. This one is unfortunately not about anything good. It's about this guy Mythic, and claiming that haloTRAXUS is a scam, or just framed me as a scam. And Craig, our free play to earn coin. We've stolen work and more. That the Halo community should avoid this.
This is a comeback moment for me because I've just been away from school for so long. It's important to be prepared because you don't want regrets, and I don't.
Alright, so I don't typically cover drama on the channel, and this is definitely different from the norm here, so I'll understand if this video isn't for you. That being said, I think it's important to
Yeah, I'm gonna go on some serious rants here probably, so.
highlight something going on in the community that is very shady and scummy. The topic for today
Shady and
is a
scummy.
person called Shabiggles, known for his custom game browser game mode, Traxus. The drama starts from a tweet that I came across of this person shilling a Halo-themed cryptocurrency.
Shilling a Halo-themed cryptocurrency. LMAO what? I've seen my fair share of crypto scams before, but a Halo-themed one is crazy. So, saying a Halo-themed crypto scam is crazy. Clearly framing me and Craig as scammers. And this post got, shared 4 times and, 2.5 thousand views whenever he took this picture. So, framed as a scammer to a lot of people, which is not true. Craig is free play to earn asset.
Which just legally sounds like a bad idea. Funny enough, he's using the Halo Infinite Craig Brute meme, which he doesn't own, for his own crypto coin. This was obviously such a red flag, so in response, all I did was say that I've seen my share of crypto scams before, and I lightly insinuated that this might also be one. I mean, can you really blame me? This already looks like something the corporate suits at Microsoft would gladly throw a lawsuit at.
Alright. So, again, in regards to like Microsoft rules, yeah, I might be getting on the fence there, but I don't make a penny off this. And there's one rule that, you're not allowed to profit off of their IPs, but I don't make any money off Craig. I've never made a dime off haloTRAXUS. Only put a lot of money into it. Paying my ex-modder thousands of dollars, which you will hear about later. Craig's just a meme. And the coin itself is like a Microsoft Paint version of Craig, so even that's like, I'm not even actually using him, technically.
This guy then decided.
But I do understand like the general stigma surrounding crypto memes and shit coins.
To have a full-blown meltdown over it that quickly devolved into some kind of religious schizoid psychosis about my profile picture. Now, I've never really talked about...
Yeah. I mean, you guys, take that as you will.
Religion on here. I mean, why would I? It's a fucking Halo mod channel. But yeah, it's a pentagram in there, and
This is the first message I sent to him after he posted that. Yo, thanks for the free advertisement. I recommend you get some Jesus in your life, though. I asked God to help me spread the gospel through Halo, and now so many people are going to go to my page and see John 1:17 and fall down the rabbit hole of TRAXUS that leads to Christ. You're not helping Satan right now. This thing is loaded with plot armor. I shouldn't have gotten angry with him. As a Christian myself, you gotta turn the other cheek, so I do apologize for that. would have been other ways to, without, calling this guy out as a Satan worshiper, to go about it. Just let him know, like, hey, Jesus is real. Told him why I think so, and I might give you guys an entire testimony as to why I think God is real later in this video. But yeah, I shouldn't be laughing at him and getting pissed off. But I was pretty upset that he called me out as a scammer.
And it doesn't mean I'm theistically a Satanist. Just because I like the aesthetic. I think it couldn't be any clearer that I'm an atheist.
So, he said it couldn't be any clearer that he's an atheist, and he just has a satanic PFP for the aesthetic. It looks cool. It's a shame, I hope he does come to Jesus Christ someday.
I actually think there's a lot you can learn from religion and many teachings of faith, but when you let it dictate everything in your life like this person clearly does.
Yeah, I do let it dictate everything in my life. I still mess up from time to time, clearly I got really mad at this guy, should have turned the other cheek, but yeah, God's 100% real. Like I said in that earlier post, I asked God to help me spread the gospel through Halo, and I found John 1:17. For the law was given by Moses, the grace and truth came through Jesus Christ. John 1:17, Spartan John 1:17. That was after I asked God to help me do that, and eventually had the idea for this game, and I'm doing the same thing with it.
It can lead to an unhealthy relationship with your faith. Also, it shouldn't even need to be said, but I don't care what you believe in, and trying to get others to adopt your views aggressively isn't...
Yeah, definitely shouldn't do it aggressively, that's my bad. I was pretty pissed off for him calling me a scammer, so that's totally on me. You gotta be cool about it.
Really gonna benefit your faith in any kind of way. Shabiggles even made posts in Halo Twitter communities about me for some reason. I don't...
what did I say about him? Shout from Mythic guys. Satan and is spreading lies about me, calling me a scammer. Yeah, I was pissed off, and apparently he doesn't worship Satan. He's just an atheist spreading lies. Spread lies about me calling a scammer. Never lose faith in Jesus Christ, the truth. And look to John 1:17 for encouragement when things get too tough, or the Halo community gives you a hard time. Not bad, honestly. There's a cool picture of that verse. But yeah, I shouldn't have, called him out like this. I was pretty angry.
I think stupid Twitter drama deserves to be in there. It would be better if it was just cool Halo clips, so both admins for each community remove the post. Moving on from that, what I can gather between his schizophrenic rants is that he has issue with the fact that I called his shit.
Oh, is an issue. Schizophrenic rants. They like to call me schizo a lot. These guys are always calling me schizophrenic.
Moving on from that, what I can gather.
So this was later after I don't know what he said above that. He cut that out of the picture, I forget. But I was pretty much just I know for a fact God's real, so for him spreading a lie about me and trying to act I don't know. I just know God's real, so dude, you worship Satan. And I'm laughing at him. It's not cool. No, I shouldn't just be laughing at him. This all could have gone down way better if I turned the other cheek and maybe mentioned Jesus to him in a really cool way, shared my testimony with him, told him how to come to God, dipped off, but that's not what I did. I got pissed off. I'm winning so hard right now, it's not even funny. I'm still winning. Dumb. I've got, if you're not forgiven by Jesus Christ, this goes for everybody in the world. Jesus Christ is the only way to be saved from sin. So if I'm winning against anybody that's not saved and going to heaven. I'm like, why'd you go in the other place? Why didn't Satan give you the Team Fortress of Halo? Yeah, I'm just mad at him. Like, but yeah, again, like I totally believe that, you know, this game's partly the reason I have it is because of God, because I asked him to help me spread the gospel through Halo. Year that's like 2019, I asked him to do that. Didn't have the idea for class-based Halo until 2020. I didn't even ask God for it, and I didn't. Just ask him to help me spread the gospel through Halo. It was a surprise. Just wanted to spread the gospel with Halo, yep. You just called me out as a scam, and it's not even a scam. Laughing when I'm being kind of mean here. But he did just call it out as a scam, label me as a scammer to thousands of people, and it's not a scam. It's free. Holy shit, Satan's more retarded than I thought. You know, just being mean there. This all could have been avoided if I just turned the other cheek in the beginning. First of all, I don't believe in Satan. He's pretty adamant that he doesn't believe in Satan, and that it's just, you know, just does that for aesthetics. But he is an atheist. He just thinks Satan's cool. I think the logical thing to do, like, if you were an atheist, like, and you don't know, would not be to, like, I mean, you can't be, like, 100% sure that God's not real. So, like, I think everyone, it'd be smart to admit that you don't know, and at least give it a chance, and try to do what God wants you to do, and then if you build a relationship with him, you know, eventually really awesome personal things that you would never expect start happening, and then you'd get from a level of faith to a level of like knowing. Second of all, you might be schizophrenic. They love calling me a schizo. I don't know. Honestly, don't get it. I'm just not schizophrenic. Maybe because I was mad. Well, Satan is 100% real. He is, yeah. God's 100% real, so is Satan. And your profile pic is straight Satan worship. Yep. Yeah, this guy, even though he doesn't believe in him, he's worshiping Satan, whether he believes it or not. There's that profile picture. Good news is God and Jesus are real too. So just pray and ask for forgiveness and accept Jesus as your Lord and Savior. Let him know you're going to work on repenting from sin. I'm not schizo. That's just what it looks like to people who see someone who knows for a fact God is real. Yeah, it must look crazy. Like, I must look like a nut job to people that are just like, you know, to see this guy just like with this much faith. It's wild. I'm such a cooler modder than you. This part is where a lot of this argument comes from. I'm such a cooler modder than you. Promote Satan and call yourself a modder. I love Jesus and made the Team Fortress of Halo. Sorry, I can't get enough of this. It's just really funny to me. So, I've only ever made one mod, and it was just a meme, an Engineer Gaming Halo meme. Might play it here. Promote Satan and call yourself a modder. Jesus and made the Team Fortress of Halo. I did make the Team Fortress of Halo, and this is gonna be a hot topic of debate. I made the Team Fortress of Halo by getting the help of other modders to help me make it. Sorry, I just can't get enough of this. It's really funny to me. It's still all kind of funny, but I do see, like, you know, I could have handled this all a lot better.
Gather between his schizophrenic rants is that he has issue with the fact that I called his shitcoin a
You just call me schizophrenic again.
scam because it's quote-unquote a free-to-earn asset. If that isn't sending a massive red flag to you, then I don't know what will. I ended up asking him to elaborate on how these free assets get distributed to people that earn them. His response being that people would at him on Twitter with clips of them playing his game mode in the MCC custom game browser, and he would send them Craigcoin to their wallets. Actual Web3 crypto games already seem pretty fishy, and this method just seems very juvenile. juvenile, like something a group of nerdy high schoolers would have come up with.
Yeah.
He likes.
I'm just gonna back up here.
What will? I ended up asking him to elaborate on how these free assets get distributed to people that earn them. His
We're
response
gonna go to that.
on Twitter with clips of them playing
Here we go. I'm gonna try and make it look like I didn't
people
skip
that
it
earn
here.
them. His response being that people would
Alright. Where he gets into my response there. Or I guess I can just read it here. This might look bad, I'm gonna explain it. People just gotta at me in their clips with their Solana wallet address. Here's some fuel for your fire though, in the chart of Craig, so you can falsely judge it as a rug pull. It's down because I gave a lot away to free people, for free to people, and people sold it down. You don't care about the truth, laughing at me. I'm kind of being mean there. But yeah, this does look bad, but yeah, it's because I gave it away for free. It's not actually a rug pull at all. Just gave it away to a lot of random people on Twitter. Although I might do that, and then ironically, and then add Craig, or like add more Craig to or like pair more Craig with more Solana, and I might, you know, give it a good shock to the system, help get it back on track. We'll see what happens.
him on Twitter with clips of them playing his game mode in the MCC custom game browser, and he would send them Craig coin to their wallets. Actual Web3 crypto games already seem pretty fishy, and this method just seems very juvenile, like something a group of nerdy high schoolers would have come up with.
I think it's a good
He
idea.
likes to hide behind that this is a free-to-earn asset, but what he leaves out is that it's just like every other shitcoin on the market right now. It can be bought and sold, and it's not actually connected to.
Yeah, I don't recommend anybody buy this. All I want to do is give it away for free to people that play the game. So do not buy this.
Any Web3 application. So it's very clear that he's using religion to promote this coin.
I'm not using religion to promote this coin at all. I just am a Christian, and it comes up a lot. And you know, I feel like, you know, it's a gift from God to be making the Team Fortress of Halo, and using it to spread the gospel is just like, it's pretty awesome. But no, I'm not like intentionally using it to promote a shitcoin or this game. It's just like, it gets me hyped. I like talking about it. It's a great testimony.
It's also kind of funny towards the end here. He takes the angle of, oh, I'm a better modder than you, kind of shitting on me.
Yeah.
But I'll get more into that a little later.
Yeah. So again, like, yeah, this is coming up again. So he's gonna end up calling me out for not modding this game, which I didn't. I never said I did mod this game. I just said I'm better mod than you, because I was pissed off. I've only ever made one mod. It was a meme that you guys saw earlier. But yeah, he's just gonna point out that I didn't mod the game because I hired somebody else to mod it for me.
Later.
And there's more to say about that.
Speaking about modding real quick, since I don't really promote it nearly as often, let me take a little break to shill my own. If you enjoy the stuff I regularly make, consider supporting me over on Patreon, or maybe buy me a coffee over on Ko-Fi. Both are linked down below in the description. Given that this guy is a crypto...
Like, isn't that technically using Halo to make money? I don't know. I've never made a dime in Halo. I've only ever spent money on it. But anyways, let him shill his stuff.
Crypto shill, I could easily look at mod pages and stats and whatnot, but I want to be as humble as possible because I personally don't believe in making fun of someone's modding ability. Actually, I think TRAXUS is a pretty cool mode with...
So he said, yeah, he doesn't want to make fun of me for, he wants to like take a picture of the custom game browser and show me like how little people play it. So like, most of the time when you see this game in the custom game browser, there's not going to be many people in the lobby, if any. The way the custom game browser generally works is like your game doesn't fill up until the end of a 24-hour host, until it gets all the way to the top. So you really got to look at it at the right time. There's only about like an hour or two a day where, you know, it's really has like a decent population. But overall, for the past like, you know, like year and a half, probably coming up on 2 years that I've been hosting this, you know, in that hour or two, it's, you know, getting like a lot of plays. I've done the math, it's like 100 plays a day. 16 players like per game. And if you get like less than 10 full rounds, like and there's even more just random people throughout the day. Let's just put it 100 a day times 365. You know, that's like 36,500 a year. So we're coming up on like 70,000 all-time plays, which is pretty incredible. That's a fair guesstimate.
It being like a megalo-scripted hero shooter, but this guy Shabiggle seems almost too boastful about his mod. Maybe boastful isn't the right word. Maybe deluded is more fitting here. This tweet here shows that he has some kind
Yeah, I am pretty boastful about this game. I need to work on that. I'm always like, oh, fucking made haloTRAXUS, which I did. Other people are involved, but it was my idea. Alright, let's see here. It's a game mode, dude. A game mode mod that follows in the footsteps of gaming history. The first ever lore-accurate Halo hero shooter mod, walking in the footsteps of the modders who hosted Team Fortress and Quake and Counter-Strike over 20. I wouldn't even call it boastful, it's just like, that's just the truth, and that's awesome. It's really amazing to be following in the footsteps of the modders that modded Quake and Counter-Strike into Team Fortress. And now, like, I'm part of doing it with haloTRAXUS, so it's very amazing to be in their footsteps. Very amazing. And I didn't mod haloTRAXUS, it's my idea, and I worked with somebody to mod it, and we're gonna get more into that later about what exactly my part in this game was.
kind of weird idea that his game mode is equivalent to actual games made by developers. To me, it sounds like
the game is equivalent to games made by developers. I mean, I don't really know what he means by that. I was just talking about how Team Fortress used to be a mod in a custom game browser of Quake and Counter-Strike, and now haloTRAXUS is a mod in the custom game browser of Halo. That's it.
he's LARPing as a game dev and has some schizo fantasy that he wants to live out through modding. Now, I'm no doctor, and I'm
Schizo fantasy. Like, this guy's crazy. Traxus Industries is just the company name. Like, it's obviously not a real company. I guess it is kind of LARPing. But Traxus Industries is just like, it's the most lore accurate like name possible for the next company making Halo, which I believe it respectively should be. You know how they want to go about that, or if I'm ever gonna be a part of it, you know, should be. You know, the modders who made Team Fortress were hired. You know I didn't exactly mod haloTRAXUS, but again, later in this video you'll see just how much of a part of it I was. Let's see what else is going on here. He's always calling me a schizo. Like, come on.
I'm not trying to diagnose anyone, but in my
LMAO, how is he so far up his own ass that he doesn't get that? Cook that low-life bomb. Oh, I got mad here. It looks like, dude, you're pathetic. There's no publicly humiliating me. I made the Team Fortress of Halo. With retradable assets. Yeah, the coolest thing about Craig is that like Team Fortress has you know, hats, and like Counter-Strike has like tradable skins. So like that's where that idea came from. Tradable asset that I make no money on. I never made a dime on this game. Spent thousands on it, haven't made it. Never will. Walking in the footsteps of gaming history. Sure am. Sure am. And I did make this game by getting other people to help me with it, and I was a part of a lot of its development, which we'll get into soon. I'm walking in the footsteps of gaming history. Hell yeah, I'm not weird. You promote Satan and lied about Craig being a scam. I mean, hey. He does promote Satan, and he did lie about Craig being a scam.
My armchair doctor opinion, I would say this is a clear case of religious psychosis with a...
Religious psychosis? I mean, I just know God's real, so... I mean, even for other reasons besides, like, what's happened with Halo. I went to the church for the first time in, like, 10 years. Like, just, like, a month ago. And, so, like, after, you know, I found the haloTRAXUS, or, sorry, the John 1:17. The law was given by Moses, but grace and truth came through Jesus Christ. Back in 2019. And for the first time I go to church in 10 years, like, that quote came up. I was also, like, thinking really heavily on going to the Air Force. And I also randomly mentioned the Air Force. I was like, what? Come on. But yeah. Odds of them just randomly mention that verse. You know, and other things too. Like, a couple other things I could get into. But that was a cool one recently. 10 years, not been to church. And John 1:17 comes up, come on.
A sprinkle of schizophrenic delusions. He has this belief that God himself gave him the idea for his Traxus game mode to come.
Yeah, I sure do. Should I have turned the other cheek to the Satanist? Yeah, probably. Probably, yeah. I mean, apparently he's not a Satanist, so I'm really sorry for here, just the way that I handled it. Like, should have turned the other cheek off the bat, and, you know, like, he started it with this lie about me being a scammer, sure, but, like, I didn't initially handle it well at all. Could have done that, probably. I'm not perfect. He took private messages after publicly lying. Yeah, like, I went to his DMs. Like, I didn't just even though this guy, like, publicly tried to humiliate me, like, I didn't initially do that. Like, until he reposted my DMs, and then I did that Twitter thing, and I posted some stuff about him in Twitter, or in there's these, like, Twitter, what are they called, like, Twitter groups, like, kind of like Reddit, which I've also been on. Some of you guys probably know me from Reddit. Let's see here. Private messages publicly lying and calling me a scammer, and he tried to publicly humiliate me further. Now, I'll know how much better my Jesus is than his satanic one. His satanic ones. This guy's actually a pretty good modder. You know, he's very. I'm definitely not a better modder than him. But I would say that even with my extremely little experience in what I have done in modding, I made a couple cool things. One being that engineer gaming. What's it called? That engineer gaming meme, which I showed earlier, and I like made the Traxus. I turned the Guilty Spark into the Traxus engineer in Forge mode in Halo 3, which is really cool. When I was, like, really trying to dial in this initial idea for this game, but yeah, I suck. I couldn't even save those mods. Like, I'm terrible at mods. But I was able to, like, swap up iPad. All I know is I asked God to help me use Halo to spread the gospel, and then I found John 1:17 and used that, and then I thought of the Team Fortress of Halo, and now I'm using it as well. Then this Satan worshipping troll lied about me being a scammer, so I shared my testimony. Yeah, I just totally shared I love sharing my testimony. It's pretty awesome. I was upset though. Like, I did it all in the wrong way. Yeah, that's all true. I shouldn't have called him a Satan worshipping troll. Yeah, that wasn't nice. But yeah, there it is. For the law was given by Moses. Grace and truth came through Jesus Christ.
Combat Satan and use Halo to convert people to his belief. Everything was already bad enough, and I've already talked about how boastful this guy is about his mod. The whole thing doesn't seem very Christian, and I've been around people of faith enough to know when someone's using religion
Yeah, I get a little
to
cocky.
further their own goals.
I do get a little
like
cocky.
big old
Like when your faith gets this big, you get a little cocky. You know, I gotta work on that. I gotta work on turning the other cheek. You know, I'm a work in progress myself. That's really this. Boasting one's own abilities and greatness repeatedly is definitely a behavior that has worked out well for people in the Bible. Yeah, it typically doesn't. But you know, God uses imperfect people to do great things a lot of the time. And all you really gotta do is, you know, keep working to get better, keep striving to get better, learn from your mistakes, and always keep getting better. The reason I do keep repeating the same thing a lot is because people, like, you know, it's just the answer to, like, you know, people ask, like, about it a lot, and I just say the same thing. All I did originally was make a post letting people know how to get some Craig. He lied about me. Now I'm just letting people know he worships Satan and how much better my Jesus-inspired mod is than his garbage Satan-inspired one. Jesus FTW. Yeah, I mean Jesus FTW, but like, you know, now we're just deep into this war that has begun. You know, it's just like, so I'm just in it at this point. It's still a while here until I start getting like a little bit more forgiving and apologetic of things that I've done and forgiving of what he's done as well. But yeah, it's Jesus kissing his guns, like, yeah. I mean, it's funny, but like, it's kind of cocky.
is currently doing. Also, if you're watching this far, I urge you not to harass this dude or attack him because of his faith. There's clearly something very wrong with him, and I hope he gets the help he needs. You can see.
Yeah, people say that to me sometimes, you know. But I'm good, you know. I know God's real. I hope you guys don't harass me or anything. But yeah. I mean, if you do, I've been a lot more forgiving lately, so it's cool. You do what you want. I'll try to turn the other cheek, and if I do get upset, say something wrong, or if I upset you, I'll try to do better next time. But yeah, God's totally real. And I have gotten angry about it with people before, just because I know, like, when you know, it's just like, you know, it just sucks watching all these people, like, it's like, dude, this isn't the way. Hell is very real. And I'm not anyone's final, I'm not judging anybody if they're gonna go to heaven or hell. It's just like, you know, shit. You know, somebody tells you that they don't believe in God, it's just like, damn it. I really care about everybody, and I hear that, I'm just like, man, to like know somebody's not gonna make it, or like isn't on the right track right now, it's like, it blows. And there's a good chance they might not, and it really sucks. Very heartbreaking.
From this screenshot that he claims he made Traxus, and if
I did make Traxus. It was my idea. Lore accurate Halo hero shooter called haloTRAXUS, and I hired people to help me make it. I did not mod it, but I made this game by hiring people to help me.
you go to his profiles, you'd probably come to the
You worship Satan and are a loser. What am I supposed to be jealous of exactly? I could go screenshot the CBG in my own stream workshop pages, but I'll be humble and ignore that. Yeah, again, the custom game browser, you know, depending on the time of day, it's not going to be, unless it gets to the top, it's not going to be full. In my own Steam workshop pages, yeah, this guy's a very popular modder. He's got some good mods. I'm definitely not a better modder. Which, I mean, I can't, you know, with my experience modding and to have made the Team Fortress of Halo, yeah, you know, I don't know. It's debatable. I think it takes a really smart person to, a really good modder to know when you need help, you know, when you need to reach out. And you know, I always wanted to find somebody who was just gonna do the best for this game, which I thought I did, but you'll find reasons why that was not the case here shortly. I'll ignore that. I don't believe in making fun of someone's modding ability. Anyways, I was clearly making fun of your weird Halo-themed crypto. Yeah, I randomly called him out on being a better mod than you. Like, I'm not. I was clearly making fun of your weird Halo-themed crypto. I mean, it really wasn't a joke. Like, I was framed as a scammer. Like, that's not cool. Being called a scam. Like, crypto, that's not cool at all. And I'm not. Craig's not a scam. What do we have here? Type of people. Trying to publicly shame others. You really aren't a nice person and you need Jesus Christ. Like, you may get likes on this, but I'm right and you're wrong. Craig is not a scam. I made the Team Fortress of Halo. I think you're jealous, to be honest. I have no idea if he's jealous or not. I would be. Like, I mean, Team Fortress of Halo, I mean, kind of a big deal. I think he does need Jesus. I don't think he's a nice person. He's always calling me schizo and, you know, telling me I need to get medical help. Like, come on. We can make your likes on this, but I'm right and you're wrong. I'm pretty pissed off, obviously. I think you're jealous, to be honest. Kind of just being an asshole. Again, like, just sorry for my entire attitude. You know, turning the other cheek from the beginning. So all could have been avoided. Could have handled it way better. That's my fault. But he did start. It doesn't matter. It's my fault for escalating it. Which I didn't really even escalate. I mean, I kind of did escalate it, but he's the one that, like, publicly DMs, like, you know, like, come on. Just pissed off you called me a scammer. Like, oh, holy fuck, this guy made a Team Fortress of Halo MCC mods? Oh, he's got the sick face there. So I'm making him sick, just, you know. Yeah, and it was a tradable asset that isn't a scam, and I gave away for free. That's free, how could it be a scam? But your Satan worshipping friend Mythic, whatever you believe is a scam, and is trying to publicly humiliate me. He sure is. He's still like posting stuff about me to this day. Like Twitter, just like trying to anything he can find, like going through my Discord, like anything you can find. Thinks like some guy's me in the YouTube video that he on this video in the comments, like pause just posting about that, like it's a shit show. What was I saying? Blah, blah, blah. It's free. How could it be? Yeah, I mean it's free. Like how could, it's not a scam. Like sure people can like buy, but like do not do that. It's not financial advice. But your Satan worshipping friend Mythic would have you believe it's a scam and is trying to should be happy I love Jesus and give freely. I mean, it doesn't really matter at this point. You know, I'm just being an asshole. But yeah, you know, comparing the two, like two people here, like I don't know. But hey, it doesn't get full until it reaches the top of the custom game browser. Yep. Traxus will be in the workshop soon as well with new updates. Yep. You are a loser who worships Satan in your PFP. Hey, you know, I shouldn't have said that. That was mean, but nobody who worships Satan or is an atheist is going to a good place, unfortunately, you know. I'm not his final judge on whether he's gonna make it or not. It's just, you know, sometimes you gotta make judgment calls in order to let people know that they're on the wrong track. You know, I didn't do that correctly here. It's all been pretty harsh judgment. You know, so It's cool until you lose one of think you're cool, but you're not. Pathetic. Yeah, I'm just being mean here, so that's not cool. Apologize for that. Again, just angry rants here.
Conclusion that he did.
Takes a real man to
I was
love
gonna
Jesus.
look
It
into the
does take a
Traxus
real
project
man to love
myself.
Jesus. What did he say there? Let me rewind this a little bit.
Come to the conclusion that he did. I was gonna look into the Traxus project myself, but your local Oni agent kindly let me know that Shabiggles didn't actually.
Okay, here we go. Here's the thing. The mode he's talking about isn't even made by him. He commissioned an MCC modder by the name of Rabid Magic Man to make it. I made this game by paying this man thousands of dollars to help me make it. It was my idea to make a lore accurate Halo hero shooter called haloTRAXUS, and me and Magic Rabbit Man worked endlessly on it together. I did not mod it, but I still spent like at least 100 hours, if not more, just talking to this guy about just about every decision in the game and arguing with him about everything. But he's got a statement coming up here soon, and I'll just reply to it bit by bit.
Make his game mode. He commissioned it from Rabid Magic Man instead. Claiming you made something and not crediting the person you commissioned it from is such a shady thing to do.
Yeah, I did give him loads of credit. Even in like our trailer, like he's credited as the lead dev. At that point, co-founder too, because I wanted that for him. I wanted him to really embrace the whole Traxus Industries thing. It was awesome, you know, having him as the lead dev and promoting him to co-founder of Traxus Industries, which is just LARPing, yeah, sure, but you know, Traxus Industries made, you know, we made first ever Halo hero shooter. Traxus fucking Industries. It's awesome. He's been given loads of credit. He's a great modder. I'll give him more credit now. He's a phenomenal modder. But I'll tell you other things about him here shortly.
I decided to reach out to Rabid Magic Man to see if he could confirm if this was true, and boy did he have a lot to say. I urge you to pause and read through the screenshot.
Alright, we will pause and read through this. So, Rabid Magic Man. It's a long story. Basically, he commissioned me to make a game type mod for him about 1.5 years ago. So I asked him to help me make haloTRAXUS, and I'd pay him to do it. Which I'd been progressively updating for a year. Just by himself is what he's making it sound like. He came to me with the vague concept of a Halo-themed Team Fortress 2, and I ran with it. Just ran with it without any say from me at all. I designed a bunch of really awesome classes with awesome modded abilities and scripted them. He donated a fair bit to my sponsor pages for me to do it, but holy hell was it an ordeal to work with it. Okay, I chose 8 of the 11 characters in this game. Noble Team, Elite, Guilty Spark. He chose 3 of the characters. Kelly, the Brute, and Elite Ultra. Which are all great, you know, lore accurate classes, but none of them have the appropriate skins, which is really aggravating. And then even for the 8 of the 11 that I did, you know, he did add a lot of awesome abilities to each of them. Like for me, it was just like June, for example. Well, I guess June isn't a good example. He's pretty basic. I pretty much entirely designed June. Just sniper, pistol, bubble shield. I don't know who wanted to give him a bubble shield, but we gave him a bubble shield. And I gave them all campaign colors. Like they used to be red and blue, but now everyone's their campaign colors. So like June, for example, completely, that's all me. All of Noble Teams in their base form, me, like Emil, shotgun, and a grenade launcher. Like, and he has a grenade launcher because he's got like grenades on his chest. Some people were wondering about that. But then Rabid gave him like his C4, and he did a lot of the balancing as well. Pretty much all of the balancing. There's very few moments of his balancing where I had to dial it in. But there was a lot of things. I can't even count the amount of times that we came to middle grounds on things, of things that he wanted to do. And I had to dial them back. And we would meet in a middle ground. Or I had an idea, and we'd meet in a middle ground. But these middle grounds came at such a cost. Just, he's always so reluctant to just do what he's told. Off the bat, you know. I'm down with like a little argument. But then like, alright man, like, listen to the guy that's paying you thousands of dollars. Like, come on. It's a great opportunity. Like, stop making it harder. Like, test each side and then come to the middle ground. You don't have to argue for days about it to get there. Awesome classes. Like a bunch, 3. Sure, that's a bunch. And scripting. He did, yeah, he modded the whole game. And he added like a lot of abilities to all of them. Like pretty much everyone has like a unique ability. What's his name? Elite can like throw grenades and teleport. Sick. Super sick. And then I think it was his idea to make the Elite invisible, but he just has his sword showing. Like just like Halo 1, where like you just see their sword floating around and it's super awesome. So he's done a lot of really cool things for this game. But like he doesn't like, the only person that's never given me credit. I mean, the only credit that has not been given with this game is him. He's never appreciated me for giving him this opportunity. He's never never returned. Like I've given him so much credit. I've said he's like so awesome, such a great modder, all these things, and I'll always tell people like what he's done. But here, when you just read what he says, it's like he doesn't even mention me. Like, and I don't mention him lately either, because like I fired him like a while ago, because he's insanely hard to work with. Like I'm the one paying you, just do what I want, and then like trust me, the thing is like I gave him so much freedom to test all of his ideas, and then but then we'd have that argument to bring it back. But then to test mine, like he just wouldn't even like just test it, you know. Like I'm paying you to do it. Like why don't you just do it? You know, come on. And then we can work from there. Like, oh, it's so difficult to work. So many arguments. Like I'm paying you, man. Like come on, just do it. Doesn't have to be an argument. Let's just do it and see how it works out, and then like let's see how it actually works out, and then go from there. Let's see what else is going on here. He'd spam my Discord with crazy drunken rants all the time. We'd wake up to 500 plus messages in a random channel. He'd be monologuing to himself about schizo nonsense all night. Schizo nonsense again. People love calling me schizophrenic. Spam my Discords or yeah, I used to drink a lot. Yeah, I would go on some rants. I don't know about 500. That's a lot, but definitely, you know, definitely a lot. So that wasn't good, you know, getting drunk in the night with the drunkards. That's not a good one. Bible does not to do that. Yeah, I used to struggle with drinking a lot. I still crack a drink here from time to time too, but I gotta work on it still. Let's see here. I get to 500. I don't know if there's that many. Half the time I was just because like I was upset with him. Like I'd have to take our excuse me. Let's see here. Schizo nonsense all night long. Some of it random nonsense, like talking about farts. I don't remember what time. I probably did. I don't know. Pretty random. Some of it delusional nonsense, like how he's going to get hired by Microsoft to replace 3-4 Industries, make Halo 7. I never said I was going to. I just said, like, respectfully, Traxus Industries is the only lore accurate company that should replace 343 Industries. You know, it has the potential for a Forge character, and the Traxus engineer. and the lore behind it is all just insane. I might not get into it. I gotta hold some stuff. I don't want to spoil the entire game if we ever get to like some more series. And then, you know, we got some stuff in the Steam Workshop soon. However long it takes, you know. The environmental story that'll be told with the Steam Workshop version is very cool. Just in playing the game, it all kind of comes together. I'll have TRAXUS Engineers, the what's it called? Replacing Guilty Spark, 343 Guilty Spark, TRAXUS Industries, TRAXUS Engineer, and replacing somebody or getting Virgil in there somehow, and that just all really connects. That's something we can only do in the workshop, and that really connects the whole story and premise of haloTRAXUS, which is why it's such an amazing name. Is because what is it? Sadie's father from ODST. He was a TRAXUS engineer. His biped is a TRAXUS engineer, and like his player model is TRAXUS engineer. He made Virgil, the AI, who helped Sadie get around the city and stuff, and helped the rookie get around. And then eventually, one of the Pink Squid engineers downloads Virgil from like the main, downloads all the data of the city, downloads Virgil, so then it becomes engineer, like Virgil engineer, Pink Squid engineer, and it's just completely epic. You've got like TRAXUS engineer, Virgil engineer, like it's insane. So we'll have both those characters in the game. I have TRAXUS engineer and Virgil. So like to really nail that down. What else we got here? And yeah, it should be Halo 7, you know, just haloTRAXUS. The T7, you know, the Bungie thing. Always replacing T's with 7s. Some of it disturbing religious stuff. I don't think there's anything disturbing or it might be like disturbing to some people that are scared of it or like don't believe, but God's real, you know. Take that as you will. And some of it really unpleasant, discriminatory stuff. Misogyny? No, I'm absolutely not a misogynist. I don't think I've ever said anything bad about women. Like, yeah, I mean, I don't even know where that one comes from. Homophobia? No. Absolutely not. Like, I love everybody. It's just, again, like, sometimes I'll go into, like, you know, it's a sin, you know. Gotta repent from that. And then people take that as, like, then it just gets into a whole debate about, like, what's it called? Yeah, it just gets into a crazy debate. And I've never been mad at somebody in the LGBTQ community, and it's been like, you're gay, you're going to hell. Like, I've never said that before. Just out of note, like how I called this guy out for being a Satanist. Like, I've never done that. But I have let them know, like, hey, you might wanna, maybe they took it the wrong way. Homophobia? No, absolutely not. I love everybody. There's a sin though. Gotta watch out. You know, I worry about people. I don't want anybody going to hell. Transphobia? No, the whole LGBTQ community. Nah, dude, like, genuinely concerned because I know God's real. Like, I hope, you know, not mad at anybody. You know, just kind of makes me sad. Weird comments about Jews. Jews are God's chosen people. Jesus was a Jew. Taught to respect them. I would have banned him straight away, except I kept turning a blind eye. Yeah, I would have banned him straight away, like, or maybe not banned him, but I would I really wanted to, from the get, this guy wanted to change the name of haloTRAXUS. Like, I argued with him for 3 days. Hey, can you help me make a game? We're calling it haloTRAXUS. And then an argument for 3 days, first thing we ever doing in the game. I'm paying you to make a game, and it's called haloTRAXUS. Come on. Arguments about everything. Turning a blind eye because I was doing this big commission for him. Yeah, it was a pretty big commission. Yeah, I paid him thousands of dollars, and he made it really difficult for me to even test things that I wanted to. I had to lay the hammer down, and give him ultimatums that I'm done if you do not do this. That's the only way I could get what I want. It was insane. Come on, dude. I give you freedom to do things that you want, and I test them. Give me the same freedom. I'm paying you thousands of dollars. Come on. Because I was doing a big commission for him, giving him second chances over and over again. I gave you second chances over and over again, man. Give me a really hard time. Really hard time. You know, that's why I probably got so upset and went on these rants, these drunken rants. Probably, didn't help me not drink, play that much. It's an extremely stressful time. Having you be so, whatever that word is. So disrespectful, man. Got here. The whole time we would argue like crazy about the mod because he has really weird priorities. The whole time we would argue because I had really weird priorities. He cares more about memes and aesthetics than about gameplay, fun, or balance. I do care a lot about aesthetics. It was my choice to make everyone campaign colors, and that's why I really don't like Kelly or the Brute, or what's his name? There's a third one somewhere. Kelly or the Brute. Even George. Yeah, George is the only one that I like. I love George, but every time I see his armor, it really gets to me. I never wanted to cut George though. He was kind of had to be there. But randomly added Kelly. Ugh. I'm not saying she's not a fun character, but it's just so hard to look at for me. Just a copy of Cat. I mean, you really gotta play the game to understand. But she's fun, but it's not the right skin. Neither is the Brute. Brute's a lot of fun too. What is it? Memes? Yeah, I like memes. Yeah. I think that's coming from the first thing I did when I fired him was made Cat so that she can get headshot. She's invisible and has the only radar. She's 24/7 invisible, has the only radar. She's super OP. It's 20 assassinations game. She had to be nerfed. He refused to do it. So this was right before you got fired. I just because I could do it in the custom game settings. So I went in there and did it. So I just made her I gave her no shield. So she could get one shot in the head, just like in campaign. And that it was a campaign bonus meme, lore accuracy plus a nerf, which she needed badly. Eventually, I upped her health a little bit, and now in this next update, she's gonna have a little bit of her shield back, normal health, and when she sprints, her shield will break. We're getting rid of her hologram because it's really just pointless with her using a hologram because everyone you're invisible and you shoot out a hologram. Now everybody knows where you're at, so it's always just giving away her position anyway. So now she'll have sprint. She'll be able to get, at least try and get away. But it does pop her shield and you can shoot her in the head. Very cool. Just like the campaign. That's what he's talking about with the memes. All the time we would argue like crazy about the mod because he kept asking me. And I unfortunately got a little too attached to the game type. I mean, nothing not to be attached to, man. It's Team Fortress of Halo. But, like, dude, the only reason we had an issue is because you had no respect for me. And I gave you loads of respect and freedom. And in return, you made it impossible. Not impossible, but you made me drop the absolute hammer on you to get the game that I wanted to be done. To balance your things, you know. And you trying to balance mine, like, dude, just let it go, man. Yes, the game wouldn't be where it is now, but I'm the one paying you. Just do what you're being told. Just, I unfortunately got a little too attached to the game type I was making. Nah, it wasn't cool. Kept asking me to make awful changes. Dude, I balanced so much of his stuff, too. We each balanced loads of each other's stuff. Like, and I kept having long arguments explaining why the changes he was asking for would ruin the game's balance. So the argument goes for both sides. goes both ways. Like, he's always told me he's very grateful how many middle grounds I've met with him on. Like, we usually ended up meeting halfway. It just, like, didn't have to be as difficult as it was. I always let him test his stuff, you know, just come out and I'd run with it for a little while. But then the second I gave him an idea of like where I wanted to bring it down to, you know, that where I'd want to like balance his stuff back to, super argument, we'd meet in a middle ground somewhere between like this place, but it didn't have to be that way. Could have just like, you know, tested mine out as well as I, you know, my full like exact whatever I wanted to do. Instead of just arguing about it to get there, could have just let me have the freedom that I gave him. You know, it's extremely aggravating. I'm paying you. Like, what are you doing? You have to have a long argument explaining why the changes as for ruin the game's balance, but carefully designed and optimized over months. He did most of the like health and damage, which is big. Just a couple of those that I would mess around. I definitely assumed he'd be up to some crazy stuff like that, but man, he seems like a terrible person and awful to work with on commission. Yeah, the problem with this whole thing is like everyone just immediately takes everyone else's side. There's two sides to every story. It's the game type 24/7, so I and other Halo fans play it all the time. Team 2 and so this game type I made for him, which was being hosted all the time. See, it just says, doesn't even mention like me at all, like anything that I've ever done in this game. Is this game type I made for him, which was being hosted all the time on custom game browser, with really awesome abilities, which have very high skill ceilings, which I designed myself, was addictive as hell to me. Yeah, he did. He had designed a lot of it himself, but like not the entire thing. Like, again, like the amount of middle grounds we all came into on together. Eight of the 11 characters are my idea. Come on, dude. Yeah, but the abilities, most of the abilities, yeah, absolutely. Like Guilty Spark, for example. Like I gave Guilty Spark like the mine, which he turned into the blue mine, but I gave him a mine, and a laser, obviously, just because he has a laser. He's a forge character. It's awesome. Yeah, as far as the special abilities, I never really. I can't really think of any of that. Not really. He did the C4, the instant teleportation with all the teleportations with the elite. I wanted George to have a turret that he didn't drop, but that's pretty basic. What else is going on here? What other abilities we got? I'm trying to think of like everyone's shtick. You know, Carter. I mean, Carter was like doesn't really have ability. He just has jetpack and rocket launcher and DMR. That was my idea. He did do like the balance of the damage on him, Yeah, I mean, we each did things in this game. To like just take and full credit for it. This is how it's always been with him too. Like he's always been just like like just privately, just like you haven't done anything. I was just like such an asshole to work with. And I forgive him for it too. Like I'm over all this. Like after this video, like I'm never talking to any of these people ever again. I haven't talked to Rabbit in like a month. Yeah, it's the game type 24/7, so I and other Halo fans play it all the time. Oh, they already read that part. It has a small following of oh yeah, here we go. It has a small following of regular players who play it almost every day. Biggles is always hosting it AFK, but rarely actually plays it himself. I do play it a lot, but since I'm hosting it 24/7, the odds are you're gonna see me in there low. Yeah, I do play it a bunch. Not as much as some other people play it all the time, but like I do play it a lot. So yeah, it was like a year of me trying to defend this cool game I designed. So yeah, it was like a year of me trying to defend this cool game I designed. Like, come on, dude. Like, that you designed all yours. That's insane. And its fan base against the person who commissioned me to make it. He just acts like I just randomly commissioned him to make this game that I had absolutely nothing to do. It's insane. You know, and he no longer works for us. So like recently like I'm not just gonna be mentioning him every time it's a game. It's like this game is made by Traxus Industries. You know, I paid this guy to help me, and I gave him freedom to do some cool stuff. Freedom that he didn't give me in return without getting insanely upset and like forcing him to fucking dial something back or give me a chance. Like, jeez. Kept threatening to fire me. Kept threatening to fire me and go get another modder to do the awful changes for him. Like, what awful changes? Like, the game is what it is because of like all the like I dialed a lot of your stuff back in. You dialed a lot of my stuff back in, but I always gave you the freedom to do it, to do things that I didn't like. I would at least test them and play them out. And I'm the one paying you. As a person paying you, you never like we'll never know if they were awful. And I don't even remember what they all were. So much random stuff that like never even got to test, you know, because we would end up finding some middle ground on something. Sure, he can pull out some random example. I'm not saying all my ideas were good, you know. There are a lot of bad ideas, like on both sides. You know, again, like I dialed in a lot of his stuff. I can honestly, like, we've had so many arguments for hundreds of hours. But every other game type modder in the community, there are only like 10 of us. Already knows he's a nutcase, so I kept trying to tell him no one else is going to do that for him. Dude, like, I'm not a nutcase. People just give me a hard time. For like for loving God and like, you know, I don't know what else, like for being super, always super excited about this game. This game is amazing. I get pretty hyped about the Team Fortress of Halo. It's an amazing opportunity. Yeah, and he just like an opportunity he didn't even respect that I gave him. Like, come on. Let's see here. Where were we? He's trying to tell him nobody else is gonna do that for him. Recently, though, he started saying he's found a map modder to do a non-custom game browser version of the game for him. Yeah, we're working on it. I did get one guy. I'm not gonna name him. But after this whole debacle, he like unfollowed me. So that blows. But apparently, we got another one, and if that doesn't work out. Which it should, but if not, like I'm not putting a time frame on it. You know, there's a lot of A lot of amazing things I want to do with this game in the Steam Workshop. So that'd be really exciting whenever that time comes. Hopefully the new guy works out. We'll see. And we got a new custom game browser modder as well, and that seems to be working out. But we'll see there as well. But so far so good. Started saying that like 2 to 4 weeks ago. Is that you or is that? No, it's definitely not Mythic.
Not yourself, but the long and short of it is that on top of being a schizoid religious zealot,
Schizoid religious zealot. Like, come on. Like, I do get kind of upset at people, but like, that's only when like they make me upset first. Like, this guy called me a liar. I went to his DMs. He had a satanic PFP. What do you expect? What else am I gonna say? Schizoid religious zealot. Like the names this guy calls me. I never call people names like this. Can't tell you the amount of times I've been called schizophrenic or, you know, bad names from so many people, like mean people.
Money to abuse modders that work under him for his project.
To abuse modders that worked under him for his project. I never abused anyone. Like was abused. It was me because of how difficult Rabbit made it for me. Somebody's paying you. You do it. Just do it. Like, you know, give me your opinion. I'm like a really open guy. I gave you the freedom. Give me the freedom back as well, man. Let's test everyone's ideas and then come to a middle ground. You know, it's not me just test yours and then argue about it for days to get there, you know. Test yours, you know. Test mine. Alright, let's think about it and let's meet somewhere there. You know. Not to be argued about, like, jeez.
He also apparently went on drunken, racist, homophobic, and transphobic rants in Rabid Magic Man's server. But
yeah, none of that's true. People might misconstrue things that I say about like religion, but like none of it's like in a negative way. People might take it negatively, but like, you know, just saying that like, hey, we gotta try and repent from sin. You know, if we don't try, you know, probably going to hell. You know, it's not gonna work out. And then the more and more I say that, I just repeat that over and over again. Like, people just always have a response and have a response and have a response, and they just call me terrible names. But yeah, it's not like live with this guy. It just pisses me off. I'm like, oh, you're Satanist. Not like, oh, you're gay. You know, like, it's like, that's a sin. You should probably repent on it. But there are times where, like, you know, I probably should have delivered the message of Christ in a better way, not being so confrontational or so aggressive with it. You know, you gotta smooth it in there. Yeah, it's a hard lesson to learn.
But I'll say allegedly for now, since I don't have the screenshots to back that up.
Yeah, allegedly.
Moving on from that, he just
did have
also
screenshots,
seems like an awful person.
It's really never like, it's never like that. It's nothing deserving of being labeled that.
To work with as a modder, constantly arguing with people he commissions from, and he threatens to quote unquote fire them and
yeah, I mean, they're the ones not doing what I'm telling them to do, forcing me to give them ultimatums and threaten to fire them if they don't. Like, if you don't dial this back, like, you don't meet me somewhere. Like, it's not like, come on, dude. It's like, what? Like, who? Like, you ever had a boss before? Like, come on.
Find new modders to take over their spot. It should be clear now that the game type itself is entirely Rabid Magic Man's creation, and
it should be clear now that the entire game is entirely Rabbit Magic Man's creation. Like, get out of town. Get out of town. You know, just like, it's ridiculous. I made haloTRAXUS by hiring people to help me make it. I gave them credit, I gave them respect, I gave them freedom. But once I don't get that respect and freedom in return, forget about it.
I think it's a pretty neat mode.
Do you like having a P.O. box but are tired of wasting time and money driving to the post office?
You should also give Rabid Magic Man a sub over on his channel. It'll be linked down below in the description. He's a pretty chill dude, and he's made tons of custom modes for the MCC's custom browser, and is probably the reason it's still...
Rabbit Magic Man is like chill in his Discord, but like when it comes to just working with him privately in DMs, like, oh my gosh, and you're the guy paying him, like, forget about it. Forget about it. Anytime he doesn't get what he wants, it turns into an argument. Endless argument. Like, if I'm the one like pushing something and you're the one that's not letting up, like, come on. Like, I'm the guy paying you, just do it. I give you the freedom. Give me the freedom and respect in return. Test all your stuff. Like, you did. You know, just always like biting the hand that feeds you, you know? Like, I'm very open to opinions. Like, never. Man, never return a favor. Extremely aggravating. Without me getting extremely upset and saying I was gonna fire you. This is an ultimatum. Like, if I didn't do that the amount of times I did and gotten that angry, like, this game wouldn't be in the state that it is now that you guys are all so fantastically fond of. And it wouldn't be without Rabbit either, but like, it didn't have to be that way. Like, it's like extremely stressful for no reason.
kicking today. Continuing on, Rabbit Magic Man neatly summed up Shabiggle's whole character here.
Alright, let's read this one. Yeah, from getting to know him over the last year, I can tell you he has a lot of weird obsessions. To him, they're all interlinked. 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 It's a Blade Runner meme. He's a fanatical Christian, as you've seen, interlinked. He's I'm just kidding. He has this delusion that that there's a breadcrumb trail of Easter eggs sprinkled through Halo and other unrelated games by Valve that together reveal a secret message left by Bungie developers. You know, I don't know that they intentionally made this game, made a Halo lore record Halo hero shooter possible with zero respect to Team Fortress. You know, and you look at like the Traxus engine, like Engineer Gaming, and it'd be hard to say like the way that this game has just come together, and the roster of Halo Reach to do it. You know, it's hard to believe that there was no influence from Team Fortress. You know what I'm saying? Let's see here. It's conspiracy theories linking the Traxus company, which is referenced lightly in Halo lore. It's referenced lightly, but that shit goes extremely deep. Connects to Marathon. You know, like I explained with Dr. Indisha earlier, like the character of Dr. Indisha from Halo 3 ODST audio logs, it's Sadie's father. Not a major Halo lore nerd, but I knew a few, and they all say stuff Shabiggles is spouting is total nonsense and easily disproven. I mean, yeah, I mean, Dr. Indisha, Traxus engineer, is player model of Traxus engineer. People say that Bungie did that just like because they were lazy. But if you want to know the full connection, so like Dr. Indisha, Sadie's father, who was slowly frozen to death while she was being R-worded, or attempted to be. He's slowly frozen to death after he makes the Virgil, the AI, and so Virgil gets downloaded by the pink squid engineer, and then that pink squid engineer, who's now the Virgil the engineer, gets into an Oliphant and honks the horn of the Oliphant, which is a connection to Durandal, the sword of Durandal, the story of Roland, where this dude has the sword of Durandal, throws it away, and just after he throws it away, because he's dying on the battlefield, and he throws it, and so nobody else can get it. It's like a holy sword called Durandal. He throws it away, and then he pulls out an Oliphant and blows the horn to call in the rest of his troops to come defeat the rest of these guys. And so there's like a very serious link there from Traxus to Durandal, which is a link to Marathon as well. I mean, the odds of that are just insane. And you also have ivory, like the ivory tower. Elephants are like made out of ivory, and yeah, there's a lot of symbolism for ivory and in Numabasa in the game, and very cool. Let's see here. So then, you have like a serious. You have an engineer, and then engineer gaming. Like an engineer from Team Fortress. It's pretty bonkers. You know, whether it was all by mistake or not, like, who knows? Let's see here. Bingos is spawning total nonsense and easily disproven. I mean, you can't really. It's pretty bonkers Easter egg right there. Anytime someone tries to explain to him that he's wrong, he decides they're an agent of Satan. Nah, anytime somebody just explains to me that I'm wrong, I don't decide they're an agent of Satan or just a troll. No, that's not true. It's not true. You know, they really got to do something for me. I never thought like anyone was just like an agent of Satan. You know, they might do some things where I know, see that they might be like lost and not on the path of like Christ, but or just a troll. Some people like really, you know, because I'll really lay it out for them, and then they still don't. You know, hey, like I don't know, they just keep going on about why it's not, and nobody's giving me a good reason why it's not, besides that like Bungie was lazy. Like with that whole thing, like Bungie was lazy. And I'm just like, dude, you're a troll. Like, open your eyes. Like, come on. But yeah, I don't just decide random people are agents of Satan. He has a delusion that it's his destiny for Microsoft to fire 343 Industries and hire him to be the CEO of a new company, which will make the next official Halo game. Respectfully, that's what should happen. Because I mean, Microsoft and 343 Industries have killed this franchise over the past over 10 years. Like Bungie had their 10 years, 343 Industries has had their 10 years. And with everything I just told you about Dr. Andisha and the Traxus, and Traxus Industries is the only other lore accurate company with that much deep lore behind it for a potential Forge character as well. As you got like 343 Guilty Spark. You give the Traxus Engineer jetpack and a wrench, and you got a brand new Forge character. So I mean, it's insane, and a hero shooter. Like, the lore behind this game is bonkers. The campaign would be insane. Just playing as Dr. Andisha, like from the beginning, you know the end again. Like, just play through what got into that point. Who knows? So yeah, respectfully, yeah, I think that's what respectfully should happen. I don't know if it's my destiny or not, but I respectfully do believe that should happen. Especially given that, again, that people that made Team Fortress were hired by Valve. You know, just respecting gaming history, walking in the footsteps of gaming history. Very cool, respectful thing to do. Let's see here. This is despite the fact he has 0 coding experience, 0 industry knowledge, terrible people skills. I'm working on the people skills. I'm working on being more good. Really just gotta, when people give you shit, you just gotta, especially when like you know you're in the right. Like with the beginning of this, what started this entire thing. Like I knew Craig wasn't a scam, but that just pissed me off. So I just like laid into that guy. I didn't really laid into him. I was like, I was just kind of being a dude, like Xbox talk, really. Like I'm like playing Xbox Live. Like when's the last time you were playing Xbox like live and like people are trash talking you? Like not recently, but like back in the day, you know what I'm talking about. Like that happened all the time, and like it's like people today just can't handle that. And it's just basic trash talk and laughing when you're upset about something. And they gotta tell the whole world about it. You know, it's like, come on. Like, why are you telling the whole world about this? I'm just trash talking. It doesn't matter if it's true or not. Like, let's see here. I'm gonna have to publicly shame you with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, geez. Or try to. Cryptocurrency. More understanding of. Oh, let me back up. Poor understanding of Halo's lore. I mean, hey, whatever. I think I've explained enough to like. I connected Traxus to Durandal. Like, you know, thought of the only other possible lore accurate company for 343 Industries. Hey, whatever. Most lore accurate name possible for a Halo hero shooter. Hey, whatever. That also respects Team Fortress, but what do I know? Yeah. He believes this will happen passionately, no matter how many people kindly try to tell me, well, yeah, everyone tells me it won't happen. I'm not saying it will happen, but it respectfully should. Cryptocurrency. I don't know much about crypto, but I think he's not actually scamming people. Oh, nice. He doesn't think I'm scamming people. Rather, he's basically scamming himself. He keeps doing tiny handouts of cryptocurrency. I think he mines it on his personal. No, I don't mind. I used to give away other cryptos. I used to mine. I'm not gonna name any, but like I used to mine one and I'd give that away. I used to have a bunch, and I would give that away. But Craig's newer. I just made Craig July 7th. I made Craig on Bungie Day of 2024, so that was exciting. And now I give that away, so that's very cool. Let's see. Keeps doing tiny handouts of cryptocurrency. I'm done doing like just random handouts. Like people gotta like play the game now to get it. Like, I gave a shit ton of Craig away for free, and then to random people, and they just all sold it. Just tanked it. Like, now I've got to really try and do a lot to bring it back. I think he mines it on his premiere. Christian launched his own crypto coin with a lot of his own money, and it got devoured by finance bros. It really didn't get devoured by finance bros. It got devoured by it was doing well, and then it got, and then I gave like a shit ton away to random people on Twitter, like random Twitter bots, like essentially Twitter bots, like they're real people, but like Twitter bots, and they tanked the shit out of it. I'm sure there's a lot of them. Maybe I don't know how those people, but they're like all the same. If you get into crypto, like they're all the same person. It's like the prawn accounts, on it. You know how like they're all the same. You know, that's how the crypto ones are too. Like they're all the same. And like I didn't know at the time, and I gave them a lot, and they all sold it. I got wrecked. But yeah, they're not cool finance bros. A lot of it. It wasn't like a lot, but it was a lot to me at the time. It was pretty much all I had. Um, like I said, all these obsessions are part of the same thing in his mind. He thinks God told him to convert people to Christianity by designing Halo 7. No, I just asked God to help me use Halo to spread the gospel. And then all of this happened. So, like, you know. Hey. By designing Halo, I mean, Halo 7 wasn't even really the original idea. It's kind of like, it just clicked one day. I was like, you know what, there should be Halo 7. You know, it's time for the next company and the next 3 games in the Halo trilogy to be made by a new company. Especially in regards to everything I said earlier. He thinks Halo's story is a religious parable, which is ironic. I don't think, and I think just like cool things like John 1:17, and then you've got like Exodus, you know, just a little couple cool Easter eggs in there. You know, Bungie did it in a really cool way, you know, or whoever did these things did it in a really cool way. Just planting little seeds, you know, and then people of faith have found them. Like when I found that John 1:17, I was like, meow, like straight to the moon, man. That was awesome. Especially after I made that prayer, like I was like, what? Then yeah, but you got like Exodus, the mission in Halo Reach, where you actually evacuate Traxus Tower during the mission Exodus, which is like in the book in the Old Testament, it's when about the Exodus of the Jews. You know, and Moses, you know, helps them all get out of there. Very cool story. Which is ironic because it's actually a story about blind religious fanatics nearing exterminating the galaxy. Yeah, so I mean that's not me. You know, I am a blind religious fanatic because I do blindly follow God because I know He's real. But I mean, nobody's just trying to exterminate the galaxy here. No, I'm not out on some like I don't want to kill anybody. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know, it's crazy. He thinks crypto is hell. I don't even know, but for some reason, crypto is very Traxus. Yeah, it's totally very Traxus. You know, Halo hero shooter. Team Fortress. It's definitely very true. And the AI aspect, you know, AI is huge in crypto. I think it just, you know, it's like white on rice, really. Yeah, I hope no one else gets wrapped up in his schizo obsessions. Yeah, I'm not a schizo again. I'm not. Everyone's always calling me schizo. Schizo. See what's next here.
We've seen this man have a whole religious meltdown over my slightly edgy profile picture. As I write this right now.
Yeah, you know, I did get a little bit upset there. But, you know, really honestly wasn't even that bad. Like, did it deserve all this? Like, did I deserve to be lied about in the first place? For no reason? Did I, you know, in my DMs, you know, it's kind of just like angry Xbox talk. Did that deserve to be put out there publicly and publicly humiliated? Like, come on, man. What's up with that? But yeah, I was upset he was lying about me.
Now it's been over 24 hours since I've made that initial tweet, and Shabiggles is still rage replying to every single...
These aren't really rage replies. I'm literally here just replying to every single person in his comments who, like, does not understand the context of why I DM'd him in the first place. So, like, what do you see here? I think it's a ladder. Yeah, I'm just telling them, like, they don't even know the story, so I'm just telling them the story. Scammer, and you believed him. He publicly tried to humiliate me. This is after he's already publicly tried to humiliate me. With the DMs, with the rightfully upset DMs. I don't have to paint him. It's like, I don't even know what this guy's, who I'm replying to, and this is like, even this is out of context. I don't have to paint him as a Satanist. He does that himself. I mean, yeah. Yo. You support a lying Satanist and are in the wrong doing so. I mean, dude, yeah. I mean, honestly, this guy, yeah. I mean, I forgive him, you know, and I apologize. for getting upset to begin with, but like, jeez, he lied about me and then tried to publicly shame me. Like, it's been really difficult. Let's see what else is going on here. Himself, blah blah blah. What does this one say on here? Yeah, well, people tend to blow up when you spread lies about them. Yeah, I mean, you spread lies, yeah, people tend to blow up. Being a scammer, take rightfully upset DMs and try to humiliate them. Yeah, I mean, come on. Somehow convince all these people that he's in the right. Yeah, I mean, every single one of his followers just started attacking me, and I replied to every single one of them. Every single one of these people got a reply. I'm also just not a fan of leaving people on red. Like, yeah, I'd be an asshole if I just left you on red. I try to reply, like, honestly, with what's going on.
Person in my replies. We've also seen him be completely delusional about TRAXUS, but it goes even deeper here. From believing that there were secret Easter eggs in Halo games that connect to Valve games, of course, to
I mean, none of it ever actually like really connects to Valve games, but I mean, it's from what I said earlier. You can see like, you know, why people might think that, or why I think that. You know, pretty obvious reasons to make a hero shooter. Like, probably some inspiration there from Team Fortress, you would think. You know, I mean, who knows about that? But less so about Valve, just more so about following in their footsteps and recognizing that modders made Team Fortress, or, you know, doing what they did. Even though I didn't mod it, but like, had the idea to get some people to help mod it. It's a phenomenal idea.
Delusions that Microsoft will hire him and fire 343, despite
I don't think they will, but like, I think they respectfully, some new company making this game, and Traxus Industries. You know, if you're gonna change the name of the company again, that's, hey.
Him not having any kind of game dev experience. And finally,
I have no game dev experience, and like, I made the Team Fortress of Halo and connected all these dots like without having any game dev experience. You know? And you know, I'm trying to do it all for the best reasons. Wanted to bring people along with me for the ride, and always wanted to find somebody who would, you know, I'd never be able to be as good as, to make this game as good as possible. Right? Best intentions. Make some CEO level quality stuff right there. Great morals. You know, I do get, you know, I get upset, and when I make mistakes, I recognize them and learn from them. But hey.
The schizo idea of him that making a Halo mod or game is gonna convert people in mass to Christianity.
Yeah, just again calling me a schizo. You know, I don't know if any of my messages are gonna reach anybody, but God's definitely real. Not trying to convert anybody in mass, or maybe I am. I mean, I guess I kind of am, yeah. You know, but what was I saying? Yeah, that's the goal. You know, to be completely honest with you. You know, I hope the message does reach somebody. Yeah, at least one person. Hey. And if you do want to, it's pretty easy. All you gotta do is pray sometime, ask Jesus Christ to forgive you of all your sins. We're all sinners. The only person who's never sinned is Jesus Christ. In the eyes of God, ask Him to forgive you. You know, acknowledge that He's our like only possible Lord and Savior from sin. He's our only option to be saved from sin. He was sacrificed on the cross for our sins long ago. Acknowledge that, and let him and God know that You're gonna try and repent from sin or turn away from sin, as they label it. You know, there's tons of sins out there, so many. It's hard. It's probably one of the hardest things you'll ever do with your life. It's extremely challenging, but it's worth it. It's worth it. It's a, you know, it helps you grow, if anything, and like recognize when you made a mistake. You know, like I wouldn't be able to recognize my mistakes, like that I've made with this, from getting angry. But I did, you know, and I apologize, or having the capability to be forgiving and just forgive people for hurting you. You know, I'm sure people have been hurt on both sides of this. So like just having the capability to apologize, learn, understand, and forgive, it's huge, and I credit that all to that. What else here? Let me think. Take a drink first. Yeah, let them know that you're going to turn away from it and try to do better next time. You know, if you fall, it's okay. Everybody makes mistakes. Just get back up, learn from it, try again next time. It's not an excuse to just mess up whenever you want to, but like, it happens. Not easy. And then, yeah, just invite God into your life, ask Him to guide you, and that's about it. If you actually want to do that. If not, it's totally cool too. Today. Alright, let's play this.
On a side note about his delusions, Rocket Sloth's Elijah provided me with Schmigels' theory.
Oh, and back up a little bit here.
Despite him not having any kind of game dev experience. And finally, the schizo idea of him that making a Halo mod or
I'm gonna take a little break here.
is going to convert people en masse to Christianity.
I'm just gonna pause it right here. I'll be back in 1 second.
On a side note about his delusions, Rocket Sloth's Elijah provided me with
Alright, let me back up here real quick.
A Halo mod or game is going to convert people en masse to Christianity. On a side note about his delusions, Rocket Sloth's game is going to convert people en masse to Christianity. On a side note about his delusions, Rocket Sloth's Elijah provided me with Schmigels' theory. A side note about his delusions.
Let's read this one. But avoiding anything Hillary for review. Oh, I guess he like sent him a screenshot of our DMs. So for world's first Halo, yeah, I've been trying to get this guy to make a video about haloTRAXUs for the longest time. Like the longest time. It's like, so the world's first Halo hero shooter is clearly an exception, right? Like, come on, like make this video. You know, I didn't want it to be like a bad video, but like an actual, like, hey, this is the first lore accurate Halo hero shooter ever made. Like, come on. Dude, it's the world's first Halo hero shooter. Let's go. Which I'm gonna make a point here right now. It's technically not. a man named Drapperbat made the mod that this was built off of. He's the first person that I ever worked with at all. I had the idea for class-based Halo and haloTRAXUs so long before I think that mod was ever made. Not sure what year he dropped that in, but mine was always like a lore accurate like conception of it with like deep stuff behind it. But anyways, I'm not trying to discredit him. Dude, it's the world's first Halo hero shooter. Dude, it's the world's first Halo hero shooter. I mean, yeah, it's even built on like the earliest mods of a class-based selection system in Halo by Drapperbat, who made a mod called just Team Fortress Halo. It didn't have any like lore accurate players from Halo. Like, you couldn't pick any actual like people that existed in Halo, but I worked with him, and that's where I started working on the Halo Reach version of Traxus. He was the first modder that I got to talk to. I was hosting his mod and started working with him and building his mod from there to just make it more lore accurate, given George. I think like the first thing I ever tried to do was like give George a turret that he didn't drop, and yeah, and eventually just turned into renamed it haloTRAXUs. Had to get it to a point where it was different enough from like his original thing, but yeah, it's all stemmed from that one. So it technically still is, you know, part of the first ever Halo hero shooter, which is very cool. In its absolute infancy, haloTRAXUs was Team Fortress Halo by Drapperbat. If you ever want to check that out. That's somebody that like, as far as credit is concerned, like if you want to like blow up about that, like Rabbit refused to give this guy. I tried to give this guy credit so many times in the beginning of this game, like just in the credits, or in the description of the game, and like Rabbit Matchman refused to give this guy credit, and like you can ask him about it. Ask Drapperbat. Like he's probably like the only person like just in our like I've never like we've always had a good relationship. Like I don't know, he might have some bad things to say about me, but I've always tried to like credit that guy. So I'm glad that I have the opportunity to shout out Drapperbat right now, because this game, even like all of Rabbit's mods, stem from Drapperbat's original class-based mod. Like even all of Rabbit Magic Man's mods stem from Drapperbat's original class-based mod, which allowed this all to happen in the first place. So extremely cool. Yeah, I'm glad I have an opportunity to finally like get him out there. You know, just saying it's the world's first Halo hero shooter. It is and it isn't. You know, it's the world's first lore accurate Halo hero shooter. You get to play as like actual people from the Halo universe. But it also does stem from, you know, I worked with that guy, you know, it's early on, and he actually, you know, he helped me. He was the first person to ever help me make haloTRAXUs. Very cool. And we just started tweaking his mod from there to make this. So that's where it all started. I'm glad I can finally like give him a shout out. But yeah, man, you can ask Rabbit how many times I tried to credit Drapperbat in the description of just in the description of haloTRAXUs, because like Rabbit was the one that was always writing the descriptions. I was like, dude, please, like, we'd argue about the description of the game. I can't tell you argue about the description of the game. I was like, please credit Drapperbat, and Drapperbat knows it too. I was like, dude, the first thing I finally got to do for him was in this the trailer of haloTRAXUs trailer 2, just in the credits, just like special thanks Drapperbat, and it was like the first time I got to mention. So awesome. He was so happy. He was so grateful. So, like, I'm one to credit people, you know, as far and wide, as far back as I can go. You know. Let's see here. Probably gonna stick to our no Halo rule for now. Whatever, dude. Don't be mad at me, lol. And then like Ray's, like you said, that I unfriended him. I didn't block him, but did I get blocked? I didn't block him. No, I just unfriended him. Like Rocket Elijah and I go back super long way. Just ODST live discussion, deep Halo lore stuff that like it's very connected to Traxus, as I said with like Dr. Indisha, and Traxus connecting to Durandal, and but yeah. Yeah, Elijah and I go back a super long way. Just from like ODST glyph discussion in Rocket's Lost Discord, like talking about ODST and like trying to solve the glyphs. And you'll find similar stuff like that I've talked about here today in there. You know, pretty much all the same thing. And yeah, super cool stuff. A lot of history with this guy. But yeah, I've been pushing it for a super long time. So I was just like, whatever, dude. What else do we have here? Wait a second here. Just need to bait. But yeah, like the theory of Traxus, like very much stems from ODST. I mean, I actually thought of it originally, just because I was looking for like, just randomly stumbled across the Traxus engineer from a General Heed video, or General Heed, however you say his name. Spelled General Kid, but then he's like General Heed here, and I always think it's like General Heed. I thought he was General Heed for like the longest time, but yeah, he made a video once about like the Traxus engineer, and so and it's got a great thumbnail. And when I saw that thumbnail, I was like, oh my god, engineer gaming. And I was like already in the class-based phase of just like our class-based Reddit class-based Halo, which is like the origination of this, but I deleted all my posts from there, and tried to work with people back then too, but they tried to steal the idea like and stay there when I moved on to our haloTRAXUS. So it's just like just a mess, man. I've always said like people always trying to like take credit for this as much as possible. And oh man, just like run away with it. I'll never let them. Yeah, I used to have a lot of posts there. I made our haloTRAXUS. Yeah, bunch of other stuff there if you guys want to go look into it. Find like a huge rant from me just calling this guy a bozo a million times. Yeah, more anger. You know, I gotta, you know, just gotta learn to turn the other cheek when people do me wrong. And I gotta try to stay there and like still work on that without coming to haloTRAXUS. Like I started that whole thing. Come on. There was actually a guy in there early on who mentioned the idea of you doing a game type mod in like 2020. He's like, you know, we could probably do this in the game type. It was a game type mod in Reach. Like so at the time I really wanted to do just like a what's it called? Like I really wanted like it to be in Halo 3, you know, with all the Halo 3 characters, and but you know, it worked out in Reach. You know, Reach is where it was at. You know, remember Reach, remember Reach. You know, don't know if that was there for a reason, but hey. Let's see here. Context. Shabiggles, Traxus. Once pitched a. My name's not Traxus. I'm just. My name's like. I'm not gonna tell you my real name. My name is Shabiggles, and I'm the CEO of Traxus Industries, and I have Traxus Industries as my. I have a gamer tag, Traxus Industries, that out of gold right now, and then I have like the Twitter, and then I have I used to have a Reddit, and the YouTube. I think that's it. Let's see here. Schweigel's Traxus once pitched a crazy theory that John Jacob Astor IV, who died on the Titanic, was cloned by Nikola Tesla and became Jason Jones, who made Halo. And there were hints hidden to him to make his mod. Wait, what? No, there was no hints in there telling me to make this mod. But I was just on a deep, drunken rabbit hole one day, and like came across that. Like it just, I think it stood out to me. You got John Jacobs, it was like JJ, like Jason Jones, like, and then you've got the fourth, like Traxus 4, which is the AI for Marathon. But why I thought that he was cloned by Nikola, I don't know how I got there. I don't know how I connected that. Like pulled his frozen body out of the water and like, like somehow, somehow Nikola Tesla, I guess Nikola Tesla was alive during that time. I forget how I came to this, but like this was an extremely long time ago. Like the first time I ever hit him up, on Reddit, on Elijah's Reddit. And became Jason Jones. Yeah, you know, I don't know, like that's honestly just like I was on such a deep rabbit hole, and then like somehow like once it led me to like what was it? What's it called? Yeah, I don't know how I connected all that exactly or why, but like, once it led to Halliburton, I was like, all right, I'm out of here. But yeah, I don't think there's really anything to it. But years ago, he pitched the Titanic theory, and I thought it was funny, so I mentioned him. Yeah, this was like 2 weeks ago. What was 2 weeks ago? That was like 2 years ago. That was a long time ago. That was like 3 years ago. That was like 2021. But like 2 weeks ago, he did message me that like Elijah randomly went to go see this Titanic. He went to like a Titanic museum, and they gave him a ticket to get in, and then he got his ticket, and it was John Jacob. It was John Jacob Astor IV. Like, you know, it's hilarious. So like, hey. But yeah, John Jacob was like an extremely great storyteller, and like one of the best writers of the time, most wealthy people of the time, I want to say as well. And he died on the Titanic. Yeah. Alright, let's go to the next part.
Rocket Sloth's Elijah provided me with Shabiggles' theory that a man that died on the Titanic,
yeah, here we go.
John Jacob Astor IV, was resurrected by Nikola Tesla.
Yeah, I think I already talked to you about that.
Titanic, John Jacob
Man, that one
Astor
goes by
IV.
fast. You guys gotta rewind real quick and catch this clip.
Provided me with Shabiggles' theory that a
Yeah, let's see this. Yeah, so yeah, yo, I went to the Titanic Museum in Vegas with a big group of friends, and when you walk in, they give you a ticket with the name of a random passenger on it, and I got Jacob Ashley for it. Like, what are the odds of that? It's hilarious. Um, yeah, let's see what I said. Yeah, this was like 2 weeks ago when he messaged me and told me that. The first time we talked about it was like years ago. Oh yeah, he died on the Titanic. Found out about him during my first deep dive rabbit hole of crazy for track. Yeah, first it was a crazy deep dive. First thing. That whole theory was pretty out there, but yeah, that's wild. Another connection I'm just thinking about now with the name. John could be John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. Oh, this one's interesting. This is just another random conspiracy theory though. His name was my name too, which could possibly be connected to the same John from the Bible, from who wrote John 1:17, because John was told by Jesus after he told all the other apostles there, like what would happen to them, their dates of being martyred and dying. Yeah, he told him, pretty much told like every apostle there, like, you know, you're all gonna be martyrs and kick the bucket. You have to go through here and scrub for like certain words. So they would kick the bucket, and soon he asked, "What is my fate?" John asked him what his fate would be, and Jesus said that he would have eternal life on earth until the second coming of Jesus Christ. So, like, theoretically, or like, you know, God's real. So I mean, like, this guy's been alive. You know, we're still waiting for the second coming of Jesus Christ. Like, this guy's still alive. You know, um, uh, until the return or the second coming of Christ. So John from John 1:17, who wrote John 1:17, is still alive today. So he could be like, what if John from John 1:17 was John, was him, was John Jacob Astor, was John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt, whatever that, his name is my name too. And like, I don't know about Jason Jones. Like, I don't know where I got that connection from, but who knows? What if he's just been all these people? Like, wouldn't that be crazy? I really, there's a lot of conspiracy theories to that, but God is real. So like, the guy's alive somewhere, like waiting for he's waiting. I don't know if he's actually connected to all these people, but I know that's mind-boggling. Like, some of these things in the Bible are like really, you know, it's like, whoa, that's insane. This guy's been alive for a long time, just still waiting for Jesus to come back. Like, who knows what he's been up to? It's incredible. And for some reason, I made a connection about like Nikola Tesla saving his life out of the frozen water and resurrecting him or something wild because he was the world's best storyteller. Yeah, who knows, dude? Like, yeah, it was just wild. That was just a wild conspiracy. Like, but yeah, it's just nuts. It's just random stuff. But, like, this is the most out there conspiracy that I've ever, like, I would call this a conspiracy. Like, if anything in this is conspiracy, like, this is. Like, everything else is pretty, you know, pretty based, except for this one. Even this one, like, is kind of like, you know, it's kind of, you know, maybe it might be something to it. Who knows?
The man that died on the Titanic, John Jacob Astor IV, was resurrected by Nikola Tesla and became Jason Jones from Bungie. We've already established that this dude may be schizophrenic, but I thought this was...
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah. You want to call me schizo for that one? Like, I'll take it. But it's a very, there is something to it there. Like, there's something to it. I don't know what it is, but there's something going on with that one. Alright.
Little detail was actually a pretty funny connection. You can find more in Rocket Sloth's video linked down below.
Oh yeah, he did actually
Rabid
make a
Magic
video on
Man
that.
also points out a little irony here that the Halo games were actually a tale about religious fanaticism.
Let's see here. Yeah, no, they are again. Yeah, they are about religious. You know, people call you know, they got like the elites going on there, and like the prophets going on like their quest of, you know, genocide of like anybody that doesn't believe. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say that word, but their quest of, you know, kicking the bucket to everybody who doesn't believe in what they believe in. But that's not Christianity at all. Christianity's not about that. It's about like, you know, I'm gonna try and, you know, let you know. But I mean, if you're not about it, like, hey, you're not about it. I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not gonna try and kick the bucket you. You know what I'm saying? Uh, you know, you got things like the, what's it called? The like the Crusades, like, you know, wars do happen, and like when they do, like, unfortunately, for whatever reason they got started, they should never have been started in the first place. Um, there is a side of good and a side of evil to each one. Um, so I mean, like, you know, it's like with Israel and Hamas. You know, Hamas tried to invade them, and Israel and Jewish people are God's chosen people, and so we just gotta support Israel in defending themselves from getting their bucket kicked by Hamas, who invaded their country and just randomly started bombing their city one day. So I mean, war's ugly, but once it starts, you know, choose the right side, and you know, God's real. So you just gotta have faith and, you know, stick to what He said to do. You know, but no war should ever happen, but they do, and it's all God's plan for some reason. You know, not everything can. There are crazy things in this world. You know, can't explain it all, but just got faith that it's all good. Everything's gonna work out. It's all part of the plan. Let's read this. Yeah, from getting to know him over the last year, I can tell you he has a lot of weird obsessions to him. They're all interlinked. Interlinked. It's a, what's it called? That's a, Blade Runner meme. He's a fanatical Christian, as you've seen, interlinked. Like, anyways, he's had this delusion that there's a breadcrumb trail of Easter eggs sprinkled through Halo and other unrelated games made by Valve that together reveal a secret message left by Bungie developers on what they want the next Halo game to look like. There's a lot of interesting things in this game that I've already spoken about, you know? It's conspiracy theories linking the Traxus company, which is referenced lightly in Halo lore. If you want to say lightly, I mean, it is referenced lightly, but it's deep. Very deep. And that Traxus rabbit hole. Besides the John Jacobs stuff, you know, that's a conspiracy theory. Alright, you know. All the other stuff with Dr. Andisha, you know, no way. And the character of Dr. Andisha from Halo ODST audio logs. Already talked about that. At least I think I did, yeah. Dr. Andisha, you know, is Jack's engineer. Made Virgil, AI Virgil. And then he got downloaded into the Pink Squid engineer, and I became Engineer Virgil. And then Virgil honks the horn of the Oliphant. And the Oliphant's connected to the blowing of the Oliphant, the horn of the Oliphant. In the story of Roland. who blew the horn of the Oliphant as he was dying right after he threw the sword of Durandal away, which is a holy sword. Like super crazy divine powers, you know, slay demons, and or to like, you know, just unbreakable sword. Or maybe it was like made by Roland or something like that. Let's see here. But yeah, so you have a direct like Traxus, Durandal connection. So I mean that's ridiculous. I'm not a major Halo lore nerd, but I know a few, and they all say the stuff Shabiggles is spouting is total nonsense and easily disproven. I mean, I wouldn't call that easily disproven. I think it's pretty insane that that connection is even there. And Traxus and Durandal is important because like Marathon, yeah, history of Marathon. It's a Bungie game. Anytime someone tries to explain to him that he's wrong, he decides they're an agent saying that's just yeah, that's not true. Did I already read this one? Just a troll. No, I don't think anyone, you know. Agent state just a troll. No, I don't necessarily think that, you know, some people are trolls sometimes, but no, I don't think that everyone that disagrees with me is an agent of Satan. I think they might need some guidance in the right direction. But, that's about it. You know, and in responding, you know, haughtily or like, well, I don't think that's the right word, but responding like any type of anger, you know, or like responding boastfully is not the way to do it. Joel, he is delusional. His destiny is new company which will make him the next official Halo game. I think I already read this one. Let me just like back up here a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, I already read that one.
Little detail was actually a pretty funny connection. You can find more in Rocket Sloth's video linked down below. Rabid Magic Man also points out a little irony here that the Halo games were actually a tale about religious fanaticism.
Yeah, and we already read this earlier. I responded to that earlier.
And breaking down those beliefs to think critically for yourself. It's why characters like the Arbiter remain one of my favorites to this very day.
Again, like...
To take a quote from the character, "There was honor in our covenant once, and there shall be again. I know the actions of..."
Yeah, again, like, you know, Christianity isn't about trying to wipe out the galaxy. You know what I'm saying? Not at all. It's not at all like, what's that other game? Warhammer, you know? They're just out there trying to kick the bucket to, like, everybody. You know, that, everybody's against them. No, not at all. You know, very loving people. You know, try to be. You know what I'm saying? You get upset sometimes, but hey, don't be out here trying to hurt anybody.
This one person doesn't reflect on the whole Christian community. I've already seen a few other...
Yeah, that's a good point. Like, yeah, don't take my failures, and like, you know, use that to make your opinion on the wider, you know, on Christianity. You know, it's a personal, you know, take that little leap of faith yourself and have your own personal relationship with him. Let's see what this guy said. If you assume he is Satanist off the pentagram, then you are judging by the outward appearance, which is what we are told not to do. Yeshua also, which is another name for God, Yeshua also said people would hate us because they hated him first. You also used profane language, which is mentioned in Ephesians 4:29. So yeah, we're not supposed to judge people, harshly or out of anger, like I have, in the beginning of this very video. Part of what started all this, I did like is in a very boastful and joking, boastful and arrogant way. But sometimes we do have to make judgment calls, so that we know who might need help and who might need some guidance. But it's very important not to judge wrongly or throw stones at people, like just like how essentially like throwing like in a bad way. But like if you see somebody, it's important to if you see somebody, it's important to try and help out. But you got to do it the right way. You got to do the right way. Can't be being an asshole about it. You also claimed to be a cooler modder than him. Let me. Oh yeah, there we go. You also claim to be a cooler modder than him. You are speaking with pride, which Christ also spoke against. How can you judge him and insult him while thinking you're higher than he is? You're a hypocrite. Seek first his kingdom, as he commanded us. Yeah, again, like, yeah, I was speaking with pride, speaking from a bad place. I could have left him a very kind, nice message that had nothing to do with, what I thought might have been going on. Just been like, hey, in case you haven't heard, Jesus is awesome. Giving him the whole how-to on how to be saved if he wanted to, and if he said no, like, all right, moved on. Like, not even said that, like, I forgive you for calling me a liar and a scammer, or for calling me a scammer, which I'm not. Yeah, but sometimes you do have to make judgment calls, but they can be done correctly, and you can't do it like you can't be hypocritical about it. If you do it hypocritically, then it doesn't work that way. I might not be the one that's out here starting things with a lie, but I didn't respond in a good way. It's important to, I've gone through all this stuff, learn your mistakes, learn where you're wrong, try better, and then learn how to help people in a kind and actually a caring way, which I fail to do often, very often. Trying to get better at that one. Yep. For his kingdom, as he commanded us. Very cool. Very cool. But again, that doesn't mean just don't judge at all. It's more about how you judge. But you can't judge like none of us can judge if somebody's going to heaven or hell. Only God can make that decision in the end. But he did tell us that the only way to get there is through the forgiveness of Christ, trying to repent from sin, and accepting Jesus as our Lord and only Savior from that sin, and his sacrifice on the cross. And asking God to guide us and never giving up on it, and always trying to get better. It's the only way. But yeah, God's the only one that can make that final judgment. That final judgment is his to make. But I could have handled it a lot better. So unfortunately, approached the situation with a lot of anger and a lot of hypocrisy, and not in doing it with pride, like this guy said, and just didn't handle it well. But what's we got going on here? Because if you truly were a follower of our Lord, then you would speak with the fruits of the Spirit. I see none of the fruits by your comment or your DMs to him. Yeah, no, not then. I was pretty angry. Speaking out of a place of anger, didn't turn the other cheek at all, unfortunately. But hey, it's all good. Live and learn.
Christian Halo fans replying to this guy, calling him out.
And you know, I'm sorry that I didn't handle this situation better. Yeah, I should have.
Community. I've already seen a few other Christian Halo fans replying to this guy, calling him out. To end the video off, I want to say again, don't go harassing this guy as he clearly needs medical help and I hope he gets it. Also,
I don't need medical help. I just know God's real. If you want to harass me, it's fine. It'll help me. It'll help test me and just like, you know, forgiving you for harassing me. And I mean, I'm trying to lead with just forgiveness off the bat. Like if somebody does something wrong to me, I just, you know, immediate forgiveness. You know, turn the other cheek immediately. You know, what it's all about. I mean, this has all been a great lesson for me. I'm never afraid to fail. You know, never be afraid to fail. You know, failure is only a great opportunity to grow from something and learn from it and become better.
Also, shout out to Rabbit Magic Man for clearing things up and having to deal with this for years. If you watched this far,
I mean, I had to clear some things up as well here, and I want to take this opportunity as well to apologize to Rabbit Magic Man. You know, I know that I got really upset with him over the years, but I hope he understands more now why I got so upset with him. Yeah. And you know, I forgive him for, you know, treating me the way that he did as well. And you know, I think we about covered it all in this video. So I mean, this is probably gonna be the last time I ever speak on any of this. So I'm glad to have gotten it all out there. And glad he made this so I could react to it. It was pretty good. And let's finish up this video here, see what's going on.
I appreciate you and I hope you enjoyed this very out of the norm video. I haven't uploaded as much because I've been working on both some Reach mod stuff and my Fallout Halo mod, but I have plans for videos on both soon. Until then, I'll see you later.
Alright. Some sweaty infinite rank to finish it up.
Okay. No matter how loud my shit is.
But yeah, that's the video, guys. Yeah, again, apologies to anyone that I offended. Did my best to learn from anything I did that offended anybody. Gonna do my best in the future to just turn the cheek off the bat, and yeah. I will see you guys all next time. But yeah, I will see you guys all next time.